Now the best way to go for meaties in this game, post-match in my opinion, was to simply poke them. You check them like this, right? But now the problem is with delayed wake up, you can whiff your down 4, you can whiff your poke, and they can just poke you back right after. I think that now it's just so much easier to miss your meaty poke than before, for some reason, even though it's only 2 speeds to wake up, the normal and delay, and before it was so much different, but I don't know why. It just, I think it's the speed. Anyways, so you have to adapt, right? And there are a couple ways you can go for meaties now that are pretty safe. First of all, jumping at them. That's pretty safe, and I know people are gonna say, what about up 2? The thing is with up 2s, it's very not strong. Very not strong. It's not very strong in this game, so for example. So I'm gonna put Sonya on up 2 and I'm still gonna jump at her. Did you just see what happened? It's like, it is difficult to actually get it. Now she got me, right? But if I do that... This is why up 2s, we like rarely see them, because it's a waste of bar and there's no shield, right? Anyways, so a good way to meaty is to jump at them. There you go, you jump at them and then they have to eat it, because anti-airs in this game is difficult, especially if you've been knocked down. You can't just wake up, no, down 2. It's gonna be very hard. Normal standing 1 anti-airs are difficult, so she's just gonna have to take it at some point. When you're in the air, like at a certain angle, you just have to block. There's no option. And when you jump, you dodge the up 3s, right? There you go. You dodge the up 3s, you might dodge the up 2, even though it's supposed to be an anti-air. Even if they mash on wake up, obviously it's not going to work because you're going to be in the air. If they wake up standing 1, you're still going to get them first, because like I said, anti-airing with standing 1 is difficult. So jumping at them is always an option. It depends though. There are some characters that have amazing up 2s, like Kodokan, Sub-Zero, Garrus for example. You don't want to jump at them on meaties. Their up 2s will get you, they will anti-air you. But most of the casts have horrible up 2s. And when you're playing against a character that has a terrible up 2, just go for it, just jump on them. So for example, both of these characters here have terrible up 2s, and I would jump on them on meaties. Plus when you jump on them, compared to a poke, right? Let's say they wake up. See how I whiff my down 2? So I'm gonna whiff. You think you go for the normal, and then you see you whiff. Okay, but let's say that I know they're gonna delay. I delay, and now my turn's over. I check them, my turn's over. Well, maybe not with Cetrion, because her down 4 is so good, because it pushes away, right? But anyways, so let's say I go for down 1 check. She blocks, my turn's over. Okay, and now it's my turn to block. Well, if you jump at them, then you can stagger, you can do all sorts of things. If you don't complete your string, right, because this is a complete string, my string is complete, it's over, it's my turn to block. Although with that string with Cetrion, you can just backdash, but let's use another one, like for example, like this one. I jump on them, I complete my string, there's a full stop, I have to block. There's nothing I can do here other than block. Or if I'm a maniac, I can try to poke, but this is probably not going to work. But if you jump on them and you stagger, your turn is not over. You can keep your attack going, compared to if you check them with a poke and they block. If they don't block, you can gel and continue your attack. If they block, well, with the changes in pokes, it framed at a change. If you remember, pokes are now stronger on hit and are weaker on block, meaning that on block you have more negative block advantage than before. Then when someone blocks, you're down 1, you have to block. You can't just keep mashing down like twice like before. It's extremely rare. So that's my other tip for going for meaties, jump on them. I would not also recommend going for grabs anymore, because going for a grab, if you whiff it, and you're getting punished, you see? And it's very hard to distinguish between a delay or a non-delay, because if you don't want to, let's say they didn't delay, that would have been the speed, right? So I'm putting the delayed get up on random. I'm going to show you how difficult it is. I'm going to try to grab them, and I messed up. Okay, now this time I got her, and I messed up. So it's super difficult to time it, which is why now down 4s and stuff like that, sometimes they whiff. Same concept with a grab, which is why I don't go for grabs on meaties anymore. And when you meaty, you don't want to go for standing 1 on meaty, because if they wake up down 1, like scrubs, it's actually gonna get you, because obviously the first one's a high. But the last option now, I think that's the meta in terms of meatying and pressuring and how to deal with wake-ups from your opponent. So we have the jump, and we have the stand back and wait. You're not exactly neutral, even though when you let them get up and you wait. So for example, let's say I knock her down, I do something like knock her down. She has so many options. She can delay, she can down one mash, she can jump, neutral jump, she can up 3 or up 2. There's so many things that she can do when she has bar. And when you go for the meaty too, you don't want to meaty with a full combo. So for example, I put her on the floor, I try to meaty with a full combo, she rolls, she can full combo punish me. So that's why you don't want to do that, right? This is better. It's just a check, although there's too much recovery for that move, but like, see, when I just do one attack, I'm safe from her rolls, which is why before you would always want to check them with a poke or a mid, because if they up to you, you're gonna get them first. If they up 3 you, you're gonna get hit, but they just have hit advantage now, and it's their turn. They don't launch you, and if they roll, you're both at neutral, so you're good. But not because of the delay wake up. It's better to just stand back. So for example, let's say I put her there, I stand back. Here you go, I just covered the roll. So let's say we put her on get up random. Stand back. Okay, that covers that. She just delayed wake up here. And when you stand back, they still are in the process of getting up. You're still standing. They have to get up someday, right? No matter what they do to get up, delay up 2, up 3, whatever. That means that you have pressure. You're still at an advantage, even though you don't go for the meaty. You can observe what they do, and they have recovery no matter what they do. I'm here by the time she gets up, but I can see what she's doing. So I am at an advantage here. I'm away from the danger, but she's still in the process of getting up, so I can plan for my next attack. So I think that's why stepping back is not entirely neutral anymore. You're away from danger, you keep her in the corner if she rolls, and she still has to get up, so you can still pressure her. Another one too, I told you about jumping on them. Jumping neutrally is a good option too. Just have to time it, right? When they're in the process of getting up, now, is when you jump, maybe a little bit faster. Now. And the reason why is because if they do an up 3, you dodge it. So let's see. I dodged it, and it's going to be a full combo punish. There you go. Neutral jumps, now that's when up 2s can get you. See, you know, she got me. You have to be a little bit careful. But the thing is, did you just see what I did? You can still kick them because there's no shield. Isn't that infuriating? She up 2'd and I still dodged. Buff up 2s. So you had great advantage when you just neutral jump. Especially if you're in the corner. And if they roll, punish. But the pattern of rolling for her and doing up 3, up 2, it's the same timing. This means that I just have to time my neutral jump to cover all these 3 options, and I'm going to win every single time. Other than if she has a great up 2, which in this game, like I said, most people don't. If she makes a hard read, she might be able to down 2 me when I neutral jump. But if it's mistimed, I'm going to kick her. So, for example. So I'm going to try to down 2 her. I missed it. See what happened? You have to be really careful. If you time it properly. There you go. Even like against an AI, it's difficult. But it's not impossible. So that would be the counter. But it's just so OP. It's just better to block when you're in the corner like that and someone's neutral jumping. It's okay to go for full combo meaties, but only when they have no bar of meter. So for example, I do that. Now it's okay because they can't roll anymore. They can do up 3, up 2, blah, blah, blah. So that's when you want to pressure with full combos. Just make sure that you use a combo that are mids. For example, you can start, like, for example, I do that with Sonya. But what I do is I start my high before she gets up. I start my high, and then what covers her is the rest, the other mids. And if she delays, it's still going to cover her. So you have to find a string that covers the undelayed and delayed portion of it, and do it with mids. So for example, I'm putting delayed get up on. She doesn't have meter. I just covered that one, okay? So I'm putting delayed get up on random, okay? She has no bar, so I know that I can cover both the non-delayed and delayed portion of it. Okay. Now she didn't delay. Now she delayed. Whoop, now I was too fast. Now she delayed. Now I didn't delay, but I didn't do it properly. Here you go, now I did it properly. So that the mid hits as soon as she gets up, so she can't poke me or something like that. Sonya also has 4-2-1, which lasts pretty long in terms of mids. There are 2 mids after that, you see after the high. So what I want to do is I want to land my first mid as soon as she wakes up, and my second mid should cover the delay. So for example, there you go, I covered the delay. cover the delay. Now I covered the non-delay with mids. So that is the trick now, when they don't have bar only, or else they roll and they punish me. Another thing too, now abusing mashing on wake up is much better than before because of the timing essentially, right? So especially when you delay, you're able to mash. That's what I found online. It's possible to mash often, especially if they meaty with pokes or things like that with one-hit strings. So for example, if I try to poke from here, I can't, right? Because she covers that, but she can't cover both at the same time with a poke. So that's why you delay and you wait for her to mess it up, and then you poke her. So for example now what's gonna happen is Cetrion knows that I delay. So instead of doing down 1 on normal meaty, she's gonna do down 1 on a delayed meaty. On a delayed wake up, I mean. So let's record that. Alright, so now I delay. Oh, I can't poke on wake up because she knows and she waits and she times me. But what can you do in that instance? You poke her as soon as you get up. You don't even delay anything, and now you win. But what if she tries to cover both options? Okay, now let's see if she covers my first timing. She does. Okay, she covers my first get up, so I can't mash on normal get up. Let's say delay. See? She tried to time me. And sometimes this works. It depends on the character and the recovery they have, but sometimes it doesn't, just like you saw. So Cetrion can't cover both options with her pokes. Not consistently. So you see why abusing this might help? So essentially what Cetrion would have to do in this instance, let's say she knows that this is what I'm doing, she has to go for meaties using 2 mids. Okay, so now wake up poke. And I can't. So now I'm gonna delay my poke. And I can't. Because she uses a string that covers both options with mids. But of course now the counter for me, if I know this, is this, right? So I roll. I forgot that she has a hitbox all around her body. She's not even grounded, interesting. That would be the punish. Or simply wake up 3, like that, to get her off me. Wake up 2 is not gonna work. Okay. So yeah, guys, there's a lot of options and mind games when it comes to meeting in this game with the new patch, which I don't like, by the way. I prefer the other one, but that's just my preference. Okay, boys, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I post short videos on Twitter that don't make it to YouTube, just because they're too short. So follow me there for more content. Have a good one. Peace.